Well, iconic Aussie soap Neighbours aired its final episode last night as fans around the world said goodbye to Ramsay Street for a second time.
Yeah, for more, we're joined by entertainment editor Peter Ford. G'day, Pete. What has the response been?
Well, it's been, I think, sadness and almost shock, and also a bit of deja vu, given we went through it a couple of years ago. Look, I thought last night's episode was very well done. It didn't have the finality to it that the last finale did. In a sense, it almost felt like the end of a year episode, end of year cliffhanger, rather than the final episode ever. They have left their options open to possibly go back and do some one-off telly movies, etc. But as an ongoing soapy, it is absolutely the end. And as you can see there, Susan and Carl and Paul got that final scene, the two ultimate stalwarts of the show, and she's going to fight on to save Ramsay Street. They're not going to let it be bulldozed for a freeway, etc. And so everybody got their moment to shine last night. Lots of memories, but it didn't have, for me anyway, the emotional impact of a couple of years ago. And that, of course, saw the return of a number of iconic characters, and they really was a great nostalgia fest, that last one, obviously, when Kylie and Jason and Guy and so many others came back for that street party. So, yeah, it was 40 years. It absolutely deserves to be praised. I hear you've got, well, sitting right outside from me now is the royalty of Neighbours and Ian Smith. But one thing I've got to say that I'm really disappointed about, at the very end, Stefan Dennis said the final words of the show, and before he'd even got the last word out, they dumped out of it and went to Law and Order. And there were no credits, there was no thank you for the thousands and thousands of people who worked on that show. It would have cost Channel 10 literally nothing to do that. And I think that's showing great disrespect to all those people, not just the obvious ones you see on camera, but all the behind the scenes people as well. You could have done a rough tally and said, thank you to the 10,000 people who've worked on the show. They didn't do it, and I think that's a great shame.
Sounds like we went to more trouble for barrettes this morning.
Yeah, that was big.
All right, hey Pete. Now, Time Magazine has named their Person of the Year. Here's the catch. It's not a person.
It's not a person, and is it even a real thing? Well, it is a real thing. They've given it to the creators of AI. Now, so now have a look at that. There you can see one of the covers. The other cover, of course, is in fact an AI version or tribute of another iconic photo taken back in 1932 of a skyscraper construction workers. There's the original, and now they've gone and done an AI version of that with people who work in the AI game. And I've got to say, this year, for me personally, we've heard about AI for years, but I feel that this year is the year it's sort of all got real, for me anyway, where every single thing that you look at and you read, you've got to second guess yourself and say, is this dinky die or is it AI? So, yeah, I think it was an interesting and bold choice, but there's no doubt it's made such an impact on the world that that's the way they've decided to go.
Yeah, maybe AI made the decision for the cover.
Yeah.
Possible.
Probably. Taylor Swift has given a new interview, Pete.
Yeah, so she's been on Stephen Colbert's show. As always, she's a chatty guest, and she talked about the fact that some people are over her and they get online and they say mean things, and so she's explained this and it's not really impacting her. This is Taylor Swift.
There are also corners that are like, give someone else a turn. Can't you just go away so we can talk about how good you were? And I'm like, I don't want to,
So yeah, that's putting people back in their place, and it's pretty clear she's not going anywhere too soon.
Yeah, she's fabulous. Thank you, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.